very thankful to the brothers and sisters hearing and watching me around the globe. And I believe it is a special privilege given to me to preach to you, especially in this particular moment in history. Around the globe, people are concerned about novel coronavirus COVID-19. And people are waiting and watching to see what is going to happen. A lot of write-ups in newspapers, newses, and speculations, and people are so scared of what is going to happen next. And I firmly believe, as a student of Bible prophecy, the world is going to change much from today onwards because of this COVID-19. You may ask me whether these things are in the scriptures. Let me tell you, you can find about pestilence in the scriptures, but not COVID-19 is not mentioned. COVID-19 എന്നും പറഞ്ഞ ബൈബിളിൽ പേരെടുത്ത് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ല. എന്നാൽ പകർച്ചവ്യാധികളെ കുറിച്ച് വളരെ വ്യക്തമായി ബൈബിളിൽ രേഖപ്പെടുത്തിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. എന്നാൽ ഇന്ന് രാത്രി പ്രത്യേകാല ദൈവജനം ശുശ്രൂഷിക്കുമ്പോൾ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ടവൻ ഓർപ്പിച്ചു, വരുന്ന ഒരു 3 വെള്ളിയാഴ്ച ഞാൻ ഈ ടോപ്പിക്ക് കണ്ടിന്യൂ ചെയ്യുന്നതാണ്. ഇന്ന് ദൈവം തരുന്ന പ്രേരണയ്ക്കനുസരിച്ച് ഞാൻ എടുത്തോളാം. എന്നെ കേൾക്കുന്ന പലരും ഒരുപക്ഷെ ഈ പ്രവചന വിഷയത്തിൽ വളരെ പ്രാവീണ്യത അല്ലെങ്കിൽ വേണ്ടവണ്ണം ഗ്രഹിപ്പാൻ പരിചയമുള്ളവരല്ലായിരിക്കാം. So I just wanted to start very slowly on this topic and go into depth of this topic as we progress the time in these 3 days. See, the Lord has asked us, his disciples, to be always watchful for the event that is happening in this world. Whenever he spoke about the prophetical events, especially in the New Testament, one commandment he has given to his disciples is watch and pray. What is the meaning of watching? We need to be alert to the things happening around. The Lord has revealed to us what is going to happen next. As you know, the Lord has revealed to us what is going to happen next. The things that is happening in the world and the things that is shaping up to the future events, you can really analyze and understand. And that is one of the blessings we have in relation to the prophetical truth that is revealed to us. We are asked to watch and we are asked to pray. As we watch on these world events, we'll be praying more to the Lord, and we want to be more close with the Lord. As dear brother has told, we will get more prepared for the second coming of the Lord. As these events are happening, especially new novel corona COVID-19, one thing is very clear. Our Lord's coming is very close. How can we understand? Let me take you to Matthew chapter 24. Matthew chapter 24. As you open up that chapter, this is known as the Olivet discourse. A discourse is a long conversation. This is one of the longest conversations the Lord has spoken. In fact, Matthew 24 and 25, they are known as Olivet discourse. In other words, he spoke this to his disciples on the Mount Olive. And the question that was raised to him, what is the sign of your coming? What is the sign of the end of the age? The Lord started to give answer based on their question. I just wanted to point out only one thing here. As you come to verses 4, Jesus answered and said to them, take it that no one deceive you. And we read in verses 6, you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you do not trouble, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginning of sorrows or beginning of birth pain. The disciples asked him, what is the sign of your coming? Have you noted that particular statement the Lord has given? You will be hearing of wars and rumors. See that it is, you should not be troubled, but the end is not yet. They asked him for a sign to know the end. But Jesus spoke to them, you will be hearing of wars and rumors of war, but that is not the end. നിങ്ങൾ യുദ്ധങ്ങളെയും യുദ്ധശ്രുതികളെയും കുറിച്ചൊക്കെ കേൾക്കും, പക്ഷെ അത് അവസാനമല്ല. പിന്നെ ഏതാണ് അവസാനം? കർത്താവ് ഇത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഉടനെ പറഞ്ഞ വാക്ക് നോക്കിക്കട്ടെ. For the nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famine, pestilence, and earthquakes in various places. This is the beginning of birth pain. കർത്താവ് തന്റെ മടങ്ങിവരവിനെ കുറിച്ച് പറയുക. The Lord is speaking about the second coming of the Lord. So when they asked what is the sign, Jesus pointed out, you will be hearing of wars and rumors of war, but that is not the end. നിങ്ങൾ യുദ്ധങ്ങളെ കുറിച്ച് കേൾക്കും, പക്ഷേ അത് അവസാനമല്ല. But he was specifying one single war. And he says, here the beginning of birth pang starts. What is that war? Look at verses 7. A nation will rise against a nation. Many of you are hearing today evening. I know you are in Europe, especially in UK and other places. Let me tell you, this war began in Europe. We know the history. We know what happened in the First World War. You know, there was war, and man history is always a history of war. Always man was fighting each other, some part of the world. But the Lord told, you will be hearing of wars and rumors of war. That is not the end. And he came to verses 7 and he told, a nation will raise against another nation and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famine, pestilence, and earthquakes. Here starts the beginning of birth pain. What does it mean? How did First World War start? A nation in Europe known as Austria declared war against neighboring country, Serbia. Austria declared war against Serbia on 29th of July 1940. Austria, you know, Germany came to the side of Austria and they attacked France through Belgium. In order to liberate France, Britain and 25 countries came together and America was drawn to this war. Keep it in mind, Austria declared war against Serbia. On the Austrian side, Germany and other countries came. On the Serbian side, on the Serbian side, Britain and other countries, almost 25 countries came together. A nation will rise against another nation and kingdom against kingdom. Here starts the birth pang. What is birth pang? Jesus is speaking about his second coming. See, his second coming was compared to giving the birth of a baby by a woman. So before giving the birth of the baby, the woman will get birth pain. She will get pain, and the intensity of the pain increases as the time of the delivery comes. So what I have understood from the scripture is, First World War brought the birth pang in this world for the second coming of the Lord. Here starts the birth pang. As the birth pang starts, it can come and go. As the birth is nearing, the intensity of the pain will increase and the baby will be born. Exactly like that, things are happening. The end of the world started, I believe, and many biblical prophecy scholars believe, it started in the year of 1940. Why it happened so? Because Jewish nation is the key to understand the prophetical truths of the end time. They were scattered throughout the world without a nation. And First World War is the war that brought that land that was under the Ottoman Muslim rule, under the custody of British Empire. And that gave way for the Jewish people to immigrate to this their homeland. So First World War started in 1914 and it went for another 4 years till 1918. Here started the birth pang. Let me stop there. If the time allows, we will come back to that place. In that particular time, Jesus told there will be famine, pestilence, and earthquakes. What is the meaning of pestilence? What is the meaning of pestilence? Pestilence is what we are seeing now. It is actually, the coronavirus is actually a pestilence. Going from one country to another country. It is a virus. You know, it is a plague. It is an epidemic or illness that is spreading throughout the world. It has spread almost to 200 or 180 or 200 countries. People are dying around the globe. This is one of the serious things that is happening in the world, which is going to shape the world for the final stage of the second coming of the Lord. How can you say so? Or how can you understand it? We are going to analyze and study this. You know, let me remind you another verse from Jeremiah chapter 25. Jeremiah പ്രവചനം 25-ാം അധ്യായത്തിൽ നിന്ന് ഞാനൊരു വാക്യം വായിച്ചോട്ടെ. Jeremiah പ്രവചനം 25-ാം അധ്യായത്തിന്റെ 32 തൊട്ടുള്ള വാക്യം. Jeremiah പ്രവചനം 25-ാം അധ്യായത്തിന്റെ 32 തൊട്ടുള്ള വാക്യം. Thus says the Lord of hosts, behold, disaster shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the farthest part of the earth. And at the day of the slain of the Lord shall be from one end of the other end, even to the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented or gathered or buried. They shall be become refuse on the ground. People who are dying because of the disaster that is going from one end of a nation to the other nations, spreading from one place to another place. We know the coronavirus started in Wuhan in China, and it spread from there to almost 200 countries. It is exactly what the scripture says. Disaster shall go from nation to nation. It has spread around the world. People are dying. And people, they don't have any medicine to treat this illness, and they're trying to find out some sort of vaccine or medicine for this illness that is spreading in the world. And one of the things that is happening in the world is this epidemic has severely affected the United States. Keep it in mind, this virus is known as novel coronavirus COVID-19. Why it is called as novel coronavirus? Because it has happened once in 2003 in China before. In 2003, an epidemic known as coronavirus, China had to battle it. It is known as severe acute respiratory syndrome, or SARS epidemic. SARS epidemic was one coronavirus epidemic. And that is the reason people are calling this as novel or new coronavirus, which started in November 2019 or December 2019. So it is called as novel coronavirus COVID-19. It is a new thing. In 2003, it was known as SARS. It affected the respiratory system, and China had to battle it. But here what is happening is, it is spreading throughout the globe, as Jeremiah has foretold. This epidemic is severely affected. Even though it started in China, one of the severely affected country in the world is United States. United States. More than 60,000 people are dead. We see how the people are being buried there. Just like carbon, boxes that has been packed one upon another, they were buried in some of the islands near New York without any people lamenting for them or being a witness for their burial. Around the globe, we have seen it through the TV and all. People are dying. No people to lament. And America, now this has affected in that way that their economy is severely affected. 1 out of 6 people lost their job now. 1 out of 6 lost their job. In America, if a job is lost, government has to take care of them, and it is going to be a severe, terrible, blow on their economy. It is going to be a big burden. How the country will go on? This is what we are going to think tonight, based on Bible prophecy, how this virus is going to, it is going to affect the biblical prophecies for the end time prophecies. അന്ത്യകാല പ്രവചനങ്ങളിൽ കൊറോണ വൈറസ് 19 എങ്ങനെ രാഷ്ട്രങ്ങളെ ഒരുക്കിയെടുക്കുന്നു എന്നുള്ളതാണ് ചോദ്യം. എന്നെ കേൾക്കുന്ന പ്രിയപ്പെട്ടവരോട് വളരെ വ്യക്തമായ ഒരു കാര്യം ഞാൻ ഓർപ്പിച്ചോട്ടെ. അമേരിക്ക എന്ന് പറയുന്ന രാജ്യം ലോകത്തിലെ ഏറ്റവും സമ്പന്ന രാജ്യം. അമേരിക്ക എന്ന് പറയുന്ന രാജ്യം ലോകത്തിലെ ഏറ്റവും ശക്തി കൂടിയ രാജ്യം. ഇത്ര ശക്തി കൂടിയ, ഇത്ര ധനികരായ, സമ്പന്നരായ രാജ്യത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് ബൈബിളിലെ പ്രവചനത്തിൽ എന്തുകൊണ്ട് പരാമർശമില്ല? എന്നെ കേൾക്കുന്ന പ്രിയപ്പെട്ടവരോട് ഞാനൊരു ചോദ്യം ചോദിക്കുകയാണ്. എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഇത്ര വലിയൊരു രാജ്യമായ അമേരിക്കയെക്കുറിച്ച് ഇത്ര ശക്തമായ സൈനിക ശക്തിയുള്ള സാമ്പത്തിക ശക്തിയുള്ള ഈ രാജ്യത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് അന്ത്യകാല പ്രവചനങ്ങളിൽ യാതൊരു പരാമർശവും കാണാത്തത്? ചിലർ പറഞ്ഞേക്കാം അമേരിക്കയെ കുറിച്ച് പ്രവചനം ഉണ്ടെന്ന്. ഇല്ല പ്രിയപ്പെട്ടവർ, കഴിഞ്ഞ അനേക വർഷങ്ങളായി ബൈബിളിന്റെ പ്രവചനങ്ങൾ ഞാൻ പരിശോധിക്കുന്ന വ്യക്തിയാണ്. അമേരിക്കയെക്കുറിച്ച് ഡയറക്റ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള പ്രവചനങ്ങളില്ല. അമേരിക്കയെക്കുറിച്ച് വ്യക്തമായ പ്രവചനങ്ങളില്ല. പക്ഷേ നമുക്ക് ചില കാര്യങ്ങൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ സാധിക്കും. ഞാൻ ഈ രാത്രിയിൽ സമയം അനുവദിക്കുന്നതനുസരിച്ച് അത് എടുക്കാം. അനേക വർഷങ്ങളായി എന്റെ ചിന്തയിൽപ്പെട്ട ഒരു വിഷയമായിരുന്നു ഇത്. നോക്കുക, നമ്മൾ ബൈബിൾ പ്രവചനങ്ങളിൽ ശ്രദ്ധിക്കുമ്പോൾ അനേക രാജ്യങ്ങളെ കുറിച്ചുള്ള പ്രവചനമുണ്ട്. ഉദാഹരണമായിട്ട് മധ്യപൂർവ്വ ദേശത്തിലെ രാജ്യങ്ങളെ ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചു നോക്കിയാൽ പേര് പറഞ്ഞ് ഷേബയും ദദാൻ അതുപോലുള്ള അനേക രാജ്യങ്ങൾ, സൗദി അറേബ്യ, ഒമാന്, യമന്, അതുപോലെ ജോർഡന്, ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള സിറിയ, ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള അനേക രാജ്യങ്ങളെ കുറിച്ച്, റഷ്യയെ കുറിച്ച്, അതുപോലെ ഇസ്രയേലിന് വിരോധമായി വരുന്ന റഷ്യയുടെ കൂട്ടുകെട്ട് രാജ്യങ്ങളെ കുറിച്ച്, അവരെ എതിർക്കുന്ന രാജ്യങ്ങളെ കുറിച്ച്, ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരുപാട് രാജ്യങ്ങളെ പേര് ചൊല്ലി എടുത്തു പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഇറാനെ കുറിച്ച്, ഇങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ പേരുകൾ എടുത്ത ദൈവം അന്ത്യകാല പ്രവചനങ്ങളിൽ ഈ ലോക ചരിത്രത്തിൽ കാണപ്പെടേണ്ട രാജ്യങ്ങളുടെ പേരുകളും അവർ നടത്താൻ പോകുന്ന സംഭവങ്ങളും വ്യക്തമായി പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. ബട്ട് വൈ ഈസ് no name of United States mentioned in the end time prophecy? And I believe, as many writers and thinkers are thinking, America is going to come back to the world politics. In otherwise, what they believe is they won't be on the front line of world politics. US will not be a global power anymore, most probably after this COVID-19. There is all the chances. I'm not a prophet to foretell. All what I can do is, as the Bible, as the Lord has told me, watch, analyze, understand, and you will be alert in your spirit for the preparation of the second coming of the Lord. What is happening in the United States? I believe America is going to go into go to the back of the world politics. They won't be able to lead the world politics. We are seeing that. Why did they go back from Afghanistan instead of fighting with Taliban? Why did they didn't give the money they promised to give to the World Health Organization? Why they are slowly moving and the people are not understanding what is happening in US? We will see that. But before that, let me remind you, America is not an ordinary nation like India and China or other nations surrounding us. You may ask me, why did I say so? America was not there. America was not there. There was a debate in Europe before 17th century. They were able to see that, they were able to see the sun setting on that side, and there was a debate whether there was a country there or people there. Nobody was able to answer. But on the 17th century, that is 1776, Columbus, along with a group of people, most of the people who traveled with Columbus were Jewish people. They sailed to US. They landed there. And after that, what happened? In 17th century, 1776, Columbus found this land in 1492. I'm sorry, Columbus founded the land of USA in 1492. After that, people knew that there is a land, a beautiful land there. They started to immigrate there. In 17th century, 37 million Europeans immigrated to America. 17th century, in 1776, 37 million people, mainly Puritans and Quakers, Protestant people who believed in the Lord, they took the Bible and they sailed on the ships and landed on the east coast, just like in New York and New Jersey and other places, and 13 colonies they established there. They were the first Protestant people landed there. And American history, if you look, on the Canadian border, Canada, it was the French people and they were Catholic people. Same thing happened from Mexico also. The people who came from Mexico, they were also Europeans who were Catholics. But it is only on the East Coast, this Protestant people, only 13 colonies. But do you know today, America is the only Protestant nation in the world. How did it happen? Only 1/3 of America was Protestant. 2/3 were Catholic people. If you study the history, you can understand the hand of God preparing that land, and all the land of US became a Protestant nation, the only Protestant nation. And today, 60 lakhs of 6 million Jewish people are there. Almost same number of people are in Israel, and the rest, half of the people are mainly in US now. US is not an ordinary country. As I have told you, India is an ordinary country. There was people. China is an ordinary country, but in America, there was no Americans. There were Red Indians. The America you see today is created by the immigrants from Europe, especially those who immigrated in 1776. As I have told you, 37 million Europeans, Protestants with the Bible in their hands, landed there, and this country was created. And if you study about the history of the nations, what you understand or what you find is every nation. Let me read you 2 verses. Deuteronomy chapter 32. ആവർത്തന പുസ്തകം 32-ാമത്തെ അധ്യായം 8-ാമത്തെ വാക്യം. 32-ന്റെ 8-ാം വാക്യം. When the Most High divided the inheritance to the nations, when he separated the sons of Adam, he said the boundaries of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. വളരെ വ്യക്തമായി ഇവിടെ ഒരു കാര്യം രേഖപ്പെടുത്തിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. The Most High divided the inheritance to the nation. രാഷ്ട്രങ്ങളുടെ അവകാശങ്ങളെ ഭാഗിച്ചു കൊടുത്തത് സ്വർഗത്തിലെ ദൈവമാണ്. വേറെ ഒരു വാക്യം പുതിയ നിയമത്തിൽ അപ്പോസ്തലപ്രവൃത്തി 17-ാം അധ്യായം, Acts chapter 17. Acts chapter 17 verses 26. Acts chapter 17 and verses 26. And he has made from one blood every nation of man to dwell on all the face of the earth, and has determined their pre-appointed times and the boundaries of their dwellings. വളരെ വ്യക്തമായി വാക്യം കുറിക്കൊള്ളേണ്ടതാണ്. രാഷ്ട്രങ്ങളുടെ അതിരുകളും കാലങ്ങളും ദൈവം നിശ്ചയിച്ചു. രാഷ്ട്രങ്ങളുടെ അതിരുകൾ ആര് നിശ്ചയിച്ചു? ദൈവം നിശ്ചയിച്ചു. അവരുടെ സമയം ആര് നിശ്ചയിച്ചു? ദൈവം നിശ്ചയിച്ചു. സോ രാഷ്ട്രങ്ങളുടെ മേൽ അധികാരമുള്ള ഒരു ദൈവമുണ്ട്. നാം ദാനിയേൽ 4-ൽ വരുമ്പോൾ അത്യുന്നതൻ മനുഷ്യരുടെ രാജ്യത്വത്തിന്മേൽ വാഴുകയും അതിനെ തനിച്ച് ബോധിച്ചവർക്ക് കൊടുക്കുകയും ചെയ്തു. അമേരിക്കയുടെ ബൗണ്ടറി ഇങ്ങനെ ആയിരിക്കണം. അമേരിക്ക ഇത്രയും വർഷം അവിടെ പാർക്കണം. ഇതാര് നിശ്ചയിച്ചു? ദൈവം നിശ്ചയിച്ചു. He has pre-appointed the times and the boundaries of their dwelling. അവരുടെ വാസത്തിന്റെ അതിരുകളും കാലങ്ങളും നിശ്ചയിച്ച ദൈവമാണ്. അങ്ങനെയാണെങ്കിൽ ഒരു രാഷ്ട്രവും അവിചാരിതമായിട്ട് ലോകത്തിൽ ഉണ്ടായിട്ടില്ല. അമേരിക്ക എന്ന് പറയുന്ന രാഷ്ട്രം ദൈവത്താൽ ഉണ്ടായതാണ്. അവരുടെ കാലങ്ങൾ ദൈവം നിശ്ചയിച്ചതാണ്. അവരുടെ ബൗണ്ടറീസ് ദൈവം വരച്ചതാണ്. നമ്മൾ ദാനിയേലിന്റെ പുസ്തകം 7-ാം അധ്യായവും ദാനിയേലിന്റെ പുസ്തകം 2-ാം അധ്യായം വരുമ്പോൾ ലോക സാമ്രാജ്യങ്ങളെ വെളിപ്പെടുത്തുന്നു. നമ്മുടെ വിഷയം അവിടേക്കല്ല എങ്കിൽ ഞാൻ ഒരു വാക്ക് പറഞ്ഞു പോട്ടെ. ബാബിലോണിയൻ സാമ്രാജ്യം കൃത്യമായി ബൈബിളിൽ പറഞ്ഞു 70 വർഷം കാണും. 70 വർഷം കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ ദൈവം മേദ്യരെയും പാർശ്യരെയും എഴുന്നേൽപ്പിച്ച് ബാബിലോൺ സാമ്രാജ്യം മേദ്യരുടെയും പേർഷ്യരുടെയും സാമ്രാജ്യമായി. ഏതാണ്ട് 208 വർഷം അവർ പാർത്തു. ആ കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ തിരുവചനത്തിൽ വെളിപ്പെടുത്തിയ പോലെ അലക്സാണ്ടർ ചക്രവർത്തിയുടെ ഗ്രീക്ക് സാമ്രാജ്യം ഉയർന്നു. അലക്സാണ്ടറിന്റെ സാമ്രാജ്യം ദൈവജനത്തിൽ രേഖപ്പെടുത്തിയ പോലെ അവന്റെ പിൻഗാമികൾക്ക് പോകില്ല. അവന് ആ സാമ്രാജ്യം 4ആയിട്ട് ഭാഗിക്കപ്പെടും. കൃത്യമായിട്ട് അത് സംഭവിച്ചു. അലക്സാണ്ടറിന്റെ മക്കൾക്ക് പോയില്ല. അത് തന്റെ 4 സൈന്യാധിപന്മാർ വീതിച്ചെടുത്തു. അവസാനം ഇരുമ്പ് പോലെ ബലമുള്ള ഒരു റോമൻ സാമ്രാജ്യം, കർത്താവിന്റെ ഭരണകാലത്ത് ഈ ലോകത്തിൽ കണ്ട സാമ്രാജ്യം. എത്ര കൃത്യമായിട്ട് അത് പറഞ്ഞു. ഹി ഹാസ് pre-appointed, he has determined the pre-appointed times and the boundaries of their dwellings. രാഷ്ട്രങ്ങളുടെ അതിരുകളും കാലങ്ങളും ദൈവം മുന്നമേ നിശ്ചയിച്ചിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഇത് സത്യമാണ്. ഇത് സത്യമായിരിക്കാൽ അമേരിക്ക എന്ന് പറയുന്ന രാഷ്ട്രത്തെ ദൈവം സൃഷ്ടിച്ചെടുത്തു. എന്തിനു സൃഷ്ടിച്ചെടുത്തു? നമ്മൾ വീണ്ടും ചരിത്രത്തിലേക്ക് ഇറങ്ങിച്ചെന്നാൽ, ഉദാഹരണമായിട്ട് ബ്രിട്ടീഷുകാര്, നമുക്ക് അല്പം കൂടെ പുറകോട്ട് ഇറങ്ങിച്ചെല്ലാം. യെസ്, ഇസ്രയേല് ലോകത്തിൽ ചിതറിക്കപ്പെടുമെന്ന് ദൈവം എന്നെ തെളിയപ്പെടുത്തി. അവരെ ചിതറിച്ചത് റോമൻ സാമ്രാജ്യമാണ്. ദൈവം റോമൻ സാമ്രാജ്യത്തെ ഉപയോഗിച്ചു. അവര് തിരിച്ചു പോകണം, അവർ രാജ്യമായി തീരണം കാലത്തിന്റെ അന്ത്യത്തിൽ. ദൈവം ജർമ്മനിയാണ് ഉപയോഗിച്ചത്. 90 ലക്ഷം യഹൂദന്മാരുള്ള യൂറോപ്പിൽ 60 ലക്ഷത്തെ ജർമ്മനി കൊന്നൊടുക്കി. ബാക്കി ശേഷിക്കുന്ന 30 ലക്ഷത്തിൽ നിന്നാണ് അങ്ങോട്ട് കുടിയേറിയത്. ജർമ്മനി അവരെ തിരിച്ചോടിച്ചു. പക്ഷേ അതിനു മുമ്പ് ബ്രിട്ടീഷുകാരെ ദൈവം ഉപയോഗിച്ചു. ആ സ്ഥലം 1517 തുടങ്ങി 1917 വരെ, ഫ്രം 1570 to 1917, that was under the Ottoman rule, that was under the Muslim rule, and that part of the land is around 23 Islamic countries. How could these Muslim people will allow these Israelites to enter into their homeland? God used British people to liberate that part of the land from this Turkish empire and brought it under their control in the First World War. And that is the reason these Europeans, the Jewish people from around the globe started to immigrate to that particular land. What I want to tell you, Romans drove them to the four corners of the world. Germany drew them back, the Jewish people in their home country. British people are the people who liberated the land for the people to immigrate there. But what I want to tell you, what is a part of America? When this country was born, as a newborn baby into this world, the enemies are trying to strangle that baby. ഈ കൊച്ചു കുഞ്ഞ് ജനിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ ആ കുഞ്ഞിനെ കൊന്നൊടുക്കുവാൻ ശത്രുക്കൾ വന്ന് കൈകൊണ്ട് അതിനെ ഞെക്കിക്കൊല്ലുവാൻ ശ്രമിച്ചപ്പോൾ ആ കരങ്ങളെ എടുത്തു മാറ്റിയത് ആരാണെന്ന് ചോദിച്ചാൽ ശക്തനായ ഒരു രാജ്യം കൊണ്ട് അത് നടത്തി. ആരാണ് ആ രാജ്യം? അമേരിക്ക. 17-ാം നൂറ്റാണ്ടിൽ ദൈവം കുടിയേറി, യൂറോപ്പിൽ നിന്ന് 37 ദശലക്ഷം ആളുകളെ കുടിയേറി അമേരിക്ക എന്ന് പറയുന്ന രാജ്യത്തെ ദൈവം ക്രിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് ലോകത്തിലെ ഏക പ്രൊട്ടസ്റ്റന്റ് രാജ്യമായി മാറി. അവരുടെ ബൈബിളിനെ ആധാരമാക്കി നിയമബലികൾ എഴുതി. ലോകത്തിൽ ഒരു രാജ്യം മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ സുവിശേഷ പ്രവർത്തനം, മിഷണറി വർക്കിന് പണം കൊടുത്താൽ ടാക്സിൽ നിന്ന് എക്സെപ്റ്റ് ചെയ്ത്, ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് അമേരിക്ക. അവരുടെ കറൻസികൾ എഴുതി വെച്ചു, വി ട്രസ്റ്റ് ഇൻ ഗോഡ്, അവർ ദൈവത്തിൽ വിശ്വസിക്കുന്നു എന്നുള്ളത് എഴുതി വെച്ചു. ദൈവവിശ്വാസികളായിരുന്നു അവർ പ്രൊട്ടസ്റ്റന്റ്സ് ആളുകളായിരുന്നത് കൊണ്ട് they knew the importance of the nation of Israel. ഇസ്രയേൽ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന രാജ്യത്തിന്റെ പ്രാധാന്യത അവർക്ക് മനസ്സിലാക്കി. അവര് ഈ രാജ്യം പിറന്നു വീണപ്പോൾ ആ രാജ്യത്തെ പ്രൊട്ടക്ട് ചെയ്തത് ഏത് നേഷനാണ്? അമേരിക്കയാണ് അവരെ പ്രൊട്ടക്ട് ചെയ്തത്. So God wanted America to be a strong ally of Israel at the time when they were born into this world. And that has happened. But I want to take you to the end scene of the nation of Israel. Why did the nation of Israel, when you come to Daniel chapter 9, ദാനിയേലിന്റെ പുസ്തകം 9-ാം അധ്യായത്തിൽ വരുമ്പോൾ we are studying about 70 weeks of Daniel. വേദപുസ്തക പ്രവചനത്തിന്റെ നട്ടെല്ല് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഈ 9-ാം അധ്യായമാണ്. The backbone of prophecy is the chapter 9 of Daniel, and it is known as the 70 weeks of Daniel's prophecy. That is from verses 20 onwards, chapter 9. I don't want to expose that passage now. If you want, I can take it later on. But what I want to tell you is, after the rapture, after the church is removed from here, Israel, for peace, they are depending on a country that has to rise a union of countries that has to rise from Europe. You find here, verses 26. And after 62 weeks, Messiah shall be cut off, not for himself, and the people of the prince who is to come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary. What I wanted to read is verse 27. Then he shall confirm a covenant with many for 1 week. Why Israel is making a covenant with this country that is going to rise from Europe? The European nations, that part of the land, 10 nations are going to make a coalition and they are going to become very powerful in this world. And nation of Israel, for their protection, they are not depending on US. Today, US is giving the protection. But here, after the church is removed, they are going to make a covenant for 1 week, that is 7 years, for the protection of the nation of Israel with the European countries, with the nation that is going to make the last 10-nation conference from the previous Roman Empire, which is a part of Europe and some of the Mediterranean countries. What is the reason? The reason is America will not be there on the world politics as a leader. Let me remind you, dear ones, I was closely watching the news and the write-ups of the people of thinkers and other people who are writing about what will happen. And one of the things they have pointed out is US is not going to be longer a global power that once it was. US is among the countries badly affected in this pandemic. US can be expected to step back even further from one of the ascertain to neutrality in global affair. Yes. Politicians who thinks, people who can analyze. I was reading from Hindu newspaper. The write-ups are coming up. America will step back from global leadership. Not only that, as the end time prophecy is coming, they are not on the world politics as leaders. When you take Ezekiel chapter 38, Ezekiel പ്രവചനം 38 അധ്യായം എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ, Ezekiel പ്രവചനം 38 അധ്യായത്തിന്റെ 13ാമത്തെ വാക്യം. You know, Russia and allies of nations, most probably it is a Shiite Muslim countries like Iran, Syria, etc., Turkey. These countries will attack along with Russia, Israel. They're going to attack Israel. When they attack Israel, a group of countries are going to oppose it. The countries that oppose this, we read in verse 13, Sheba, Dedan, merchants of Tarshish and all their young lions. Sheba, Dedan is actually Yemen, Saudi Arabia, etc. If you analyze and study, they are Sunni Muslims. Sunni Muslims, along with merchants of Tarshish and their young lion. Who is this merchants of Tarshish? What is the meaning of this Tarshish? Britain is the word Britain has come from Baritania. A Phoenician word Baritania means tin merchants. If you take an encyclopedia or anything, you can find out the tin merchants, the iron and tin merchants were the British people. And here it is written, merchants of Tarshish. The Tarshish merchants, they had ships because they were people living in islands. You find it again in Ezekiel 26 and all. I don't want to go to that passages. But what I want to take you is the leaders along with Saudi Arabia and Yemen opposing the attack of Russia is merchants of Tarshish and their young lions. In a simple word, let me remind you, British people and the Americans. If you talk about the politics today, you will speak like this, Americans and the British people. America will be in front and the British people will be back. But things are going to be changed. British people, the merchants of Tarshish and their young lions. Who is this young lions? Who are Americans? They are the young lions who immigrated from Britain to, this island. Who are Canadians? They are the people, young lions, immigrated from Britain. Who are Australians? Who are New Zealand people? They are the young lions of merchants of Tarshish. They are people who immigrated from Britain to these places. What I want to point out to you here, in the end scene, the end war, just before the Lord is going to come in his glorious appearing, when these Russians and the Shiite Muslims are attacking Israel, the people who are opposing Sheba and Dedan, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, etc., along with that British people and the young lions, in otherwise Britain and America. America is standing behind. In otherwise, as we have read, they have gone back to the world politics. They won't be the leaders in the global, power. These two passages make it clear that they will go back to world, politics, and they will not be, Americans will not be the leaders in world politics. Let me tell you, dear ones, you look at American economy. If a country's economy is gone, the country's power is gone. America is badly affected. Coronavirus is being controlled around the world. Even it has control in Wuhan, China, where it started. It is controlled in India. These third world countries like India and other countries, they are controlling. But why does Americans are not able to control this virus? The highest number of people are dying in America. Their economy is being shaken because of this. Why Donald Trump is asking the people to come for a job? He don't bother whether people die. He wanted to stimulate the economy by people coming back to their job. Because things are not properly told us. One thing I understand from US itself, 1 out of 6 people have lost their job. And America is going to have a severe economical problem after this. What is the reason? See, American currency today is known as fiat currency. Let me just explain you what it is. American dollar was the most acceptable currency in the world currency basket for money change and, American dollar. It was acceptable around the globe. People had faith in American dollar. Up to 1971, it was known as a sound money. You know why? Whenever they printed dollar, they kept equal gold for its value. Then they printed American dollar. But in 1971, something happened. Nixon crossed the gold window. Instead of keeping gold equal in value of gold for printing US dollars, they started to print currency, paper currency, and it is known as fiat currency. Fiat currency. What is the meaning of fiat currency? Fiat currency is a paper currency backed by nothing tangible, but backed by the confidence in the country. The confidence in the country. It is a confidence in the country. Since people had confidence in the United States, 1971, instead of gold, this currency became a fiat currency. So people need confidence in this currency. So facts are not told us. We don't know the true fact, but we have come to know one fact. America is one of the greatest debt nation in this world. Do you know what is the debt of America? American debt is more than $19 trillion. What does it mean? How much is 1 trillion? You take a paper, write down 1 and put 12 zeros. That is 1 trillion. American debt to other nations are $19 trillion. They are not able to pay it back. What they are doing is they are paying back the interest of the currencies. They have taken loans from China. Japan, OPEC nations. Now, look at the world economy. The countries that has given money to America, they are in dire problems. Where is the price of oil? Look at the Middle East countries. They are in severe problem because one barrel oil is not costing even $19. America, the price of oil has gone minus. You can see as the world, UN has already told an economical turmoil is going to come. Financial trouble is going to come. Severe, terrible is coming. See, America is already in debt, $19 trillion debt. Now, a blow has come upon them because of coronavirus. Fiat currency, not sound currency. And another thing has happened. Many people haven't understood what it is. IMF, which is the supreme power of financial world for 185 countries. IMF, they are the one who dictate on money rules, global money rules. Now, IMF have officially green signaled the acceptance of Chinese currency into IMF foreign exchange basket. What does it mean? What does it mean? Once it is fully accepted, instead of US dollars, yuan, the currency of China, can be a par with United States, and people can reserve the money in yuan instead of dollars. Chinese economy is growing up. It is, see, this pandemic, this coronavirus is already controlled. They started their factories. They are the one who is, giving, and their economical power is almost equal with US, and US is in dire problem. My time is running out. But let me tell you, dear ones, there is going to be a lot of changes if American economy is going to collapse. And all the things that is pointing is America will go back, as the writers of newspapers and editors and news have foretold. There is going to be an economical turmoil in the world, and the severely affected country will be United States, and they will go back to world politics. They won't be leaders in world politics, and their currency is already in problem. $19 trillion debt, huge debt, and the currency is fiat currency. That is currency that keeps its value by the confidence. And if people lose the confidence, the currency value will go down. And that is the reason they are not declaring to the world about their financial situation. Unemployment rate is gone up. They are trying to bring stimulation packages. It will not work out. It will be very difficult to work out. I have to stop somewhere. I think my time is over. Let me remind you, dear ones, the things what we were meditating is based on Bible prophecies. America won't be the leaders in the end time of the world. They will be second with Britain. They are going to be just like an ordinary country. And the European countries are going to be one of the leaders of the world. And this coronavirus will shape up US into this state. കർത്താവ് നമ്മളെ സഹായിക്കട്ടെ. കർത്താവിന്റെ വരവിനെ സമീപിച്ചു. നമ്മൾ ചിന്തിച്ച കാര്യങ്ങൾ സഭ മാറ്റപ്പെട്ട ശേഷം ലോകത്തിൽ നടക്കേണ്ട സംഭവങ്ങളെ ബൈബിളിൽ വെളിപ്പെടുത്തിയതിനെ ആസ്പദമാക്കി അനലൈസ് ചെയ്തതാണ്. അതിനുവേണ്ടി കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഒരുക്കപ്പെട്ടുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നുവെങ്കിൽ കർത്താവ് പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ ഉണർന്നിരിക്കുക. നിങ്ങള് വാച്ച്. And as we watch, we are understanding that America is shaping up exactly as Bible is foretold about their future. May the Lord bless us. Let us get prepared for the second coming of the Lord. Thank you, brothers and sisters. We will continue this topic in the next. Thank you.